Good morning and welcome to this presentation on the power of forgiveness. Can you think of one person whom you need to forgive? And think of another person from whom you would love to receive forgiveness. These are not easy questions to handle. They are hard. And though they are hard, they are absolutely necessary for our well-being, for our growth, and for our reaching our potential. Corrie ten Boom and her family, a Christian family living in Holland during World War II, they hid Jews in their house to save them from being sent to concentration camps. Their own family was caught out hiding the Jews, and they were sent to Ravensbrück concentration camp, where there was one really harsh guard. Among the many harsh guards, he was the worst. And Corrie ten Boom's sister, Betsy, did not survive. She died in the concentration camp along with her father. Corrie survived, and after the war, she went around preaching about forgiveness all over the world. And one day when she was in Australia, in front of 100,000 people in a stadium and preaching on forgiveness, after she had done that, a man came up to her and said, "Miss Boom, will you forgive me?" And she looked at the man. She could not place him. And he said, "You may not remember me, Miss Boom, but I am the guard at Ravensbrück who tortured your family." Corrie ten Boom describes how for a minute or two, she just struggled in her spirit to stretch out her hand and offer forgiveness to this guard. But when she did so, she says she was just filled with an outpouring of joy, of peace, of love. This is what forgiveness can do. So what is forgiveness? The University of California in Berkeley, their Science Center for Goodness and Well-being, their psychologists have defined forgiveness as a conscious, deliberate decision to release resentment and anger towards a person or group of people. So what is forgiveness we know now? What forgiveness is not, it is not glossing over the facts. It is not saying that the perpetrator did not commit something serious. It does not say that I don't feel hurt and pained. It does not release the person from the consequences. And it does not oblige me, in fact, to think that I need to reconcile with the other person, though that would be lovely, of course. We know what forgiveness is and what forgiveness is not. I would like to say to you, what does forgiveness do? Why do we need to pursue it? Well, it helps us to heal. It helps us to understand our feelings. It helps us to bring about peace in ourselves and helps our growth and reaching our potential. Now, forgiveness is not only towards individuals. It is also towards groups of people. And here I'd like to use two examples. In South Africa, when there was apartheid, and the colored people were actually treated very badly, there was racism, and the great Nelson Mandela helped the people to go through a process of forgiveness and even reconciliation to bring about peace. Here, closer to home in Canada, The indigenous people were the recipients. They suffered at the hands of the people that came from Europe to colonize Canada. And over centuries they suffered. Even now they are suffering. But at least now the process of accepting that they had been hurt, they had been treated badly, that process and reconciliation has commenced. So before I end this presentation on forgiveness, I'd like you to think of just one person whom you need to forgive and decide today to forgive that person. May you be blessed on your journey as you seek to use forgiveness in your life and reach your full potential. Send me your comments in the section below on YouTube at my account at Brian Cordero, all small letters, 205. God bless you and have a great week.